Commanders, welcome back to the port. You are looking at a brand new ship, the I say again, free Tier 2 Premium American Destroyer Sampson. Available in, for me, the Microsoft Store, I'm sure the PlayStation Store as well. It was free. All right, our commander for this build is Bull Halsey. Base trait, I mean harm, increases AP shell damage. He's inspired by Erich Bay and Jerzy Swirsky. I know those are unusual inspirations for this commander. I accept that. In row one, we chose Observant Rage. In row two, Look at Me Now. In row three, 1,000 Cuts. In row four, Smoke on the Water. Our legendary skill is, as always, unstoppable. All right, let's take a look at the upgrades. There's only one, the Brass Propeller. Propulsion Mod 1 here in the Sampson. As far as the loadout, you've got 2 charges of the smoke generator and 2 charges of the engine boost. We are running the common battle booster for speed, the Type 9 permanent camouflage, and that brand new Independence Day 21 flag. Take a look at the stats. 9,100 hit points with this build. You got 4 102mm rifles firing out to 8.6 kilometers. Reload in 6 seconds with this build. Turn time 15.7 seconds. They do 1,500 HE damage with a 6% fire chance. The AP shells do 1,772 damage. So about half the reload of the Smith, just FYI, but 400 more damage per shell. Torpedoes, you got 4 twin launchers, reload every 23 seconds, do just over 6,000 damage. Detectability range 900 meters. The torpedoes go out to 4.5 kilometers, kilometer and a half less than the Smith, and they travel 54 knots. I also want to say, I believe the Sampson actually had 4x3s in real life, the arrangement you see on the wicks. But for whatever reason, Wargaming altered it, and they have 4x2s on PC and here in the game. AA defense, let's not talk about that. Maneuverability, 35 knots with the speed boost flag, turning circle, 520 meters, 3-second rudder shift. Detectability, 4.5 on the surface, 2.7 from the air, 2 kilometers even when firing in smoke. All right, so there might be a cut here. The time will jump ahead or roll back, I don't know. So that is a look at the Sampson. You know, I thought long and hard about my commander choices, but in the end, for me, there wasn't really a big difference between the 3 of them, other than you have a longer gun reload by about 1.7 seconds with Gleaves. Your torpedoes gain 1.5 or 200 meters, I'm sorry, in range. But what I mean is there wasn't really a huge difference. So in terms of the reload, because your Alpha Strike is so much more significant than the Smith, I decided to go with Halsey for this ship. You know, your mileage may vary. You might use a different commander. I actually played a couple games before I got this one against other Sampsons, and you know, they're out there. Maybe some other people are using different commanders. So there is a look, twin masts. That's how we did it back in the day. Old Glory and that Independence Day flag. We're an archipelago, a capture the base. You know, let's be honest, if you're in this ship, you're going to be bottom tier. Most people use these tier 2s for the premium to get the two promotion orders. That's what I use them for. Although they are a lot of fun. I just wish they had maybe smaller maps and all 2s or 1s and 2s, but admittedly, I don't know how many people play this tier of ship. All right, there's a look at the beautiful camouflage. I hope it is historically accurate. Looks really nice, like a couple of different shades of blue and then that gray on top. Really like the camo. Really like the ship number on the bow there. And I think it is a good looking ship. All right, so we're off wending our way northwards, I guess you could say, um, at least from our perspective. And my plan with this ship, the torpedoes are very short range, can't really torp from stealth. I can't because the torpedo range and my detectability range are the same. So I plan to use a lot of ambush tactics. And granted, I don't really feel in the swing of it yet with this ship, but I think over time I may end up doing a similar play style to what I use in a Russian destroyer due to the short range torpedoes. Use a lot of islands, use a lot of side scraping. Granted, like I said, I think you're always going to be down tier. So you got to take what you can get with this ship in these kind of matches. All right. So there are aircraft carriers. You will see maybe a little aircraft carrier action later on. Just checking out the movement of these ships. I do just a blind launch right before the Wix pops up, and then an aimed launch at the Wix projected path. And then I am going to do what I just talked about. I'm going to nose into this island, turning to port, and do a side scrape backwards off of the island and attempt to torp the cruiser headed my way. I want to say, I think it's a Bogatyr. All right, it is Bogatyr. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to hit the island. We're going to reverse and turn backwards towards the Bogatyr and use that to get some torps off. And a very disturbing thing happened here. I just can't see the Bogatyr. So I guess that little bit of island was enough to block my view range until I actually got clear of the island. So that was troubling. So I give him both tubes, both launchers, I guess. And he is going to dodge, I think, all but one of them. No, he dodged them all. So that was disappointing. He disables our rudder. We still have movement speed due to unstoppable. So our steering and rudder are disabled, but we still have movement. And I'm going to launch a modified spread, a little bit overlapping. And you can see, even though they aren't particularly high damage, we do get the job done. Kill number one for our team and a devastating strike. All right, so this other destroyer is going to helpfully intercede between myself and the Wicks. I think he does actually end up backing off the island and blocking some of my torpedoes, which, to use the Spartanism, was not preferable, but that's okay. That's okay. All's well that ends well is one of my mottos. So we are going to engage the Witch. As you can see, our guns do have a fair alpha strike. He gets damaged pretty severely, and we knock him out for kill number two. Although I dare say the yeoman's work may have been done by the Itzislav, who now dies after the fact, probably due to flooding or torpedo strike. All right. So now I'm retrograding back towards our base. As you can see, they have a lot of enemies over on the port side of our cap circle. So I'm headed back that way. And I guess this part is where I sing some oldies or talk about how Abraham Lincoln authorized the building of the first submarine in U.S. naval history or something like that. I just made that up. I really don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, here we are. We're sailing. They're begging. They're like, "Help us, please." I say, "Yeah, guy, I'll be there." I mean, it's a tier two destroyer. Can't go that fast. You can see the wing torpedo launching. This is like a tier two Venom in a lot of ways, except the guns are very slow reloading. Like I said, these Smith's guns reload about twice as fast, but shell-wise, they do about 400 less damage per hit. So that's why I went with Halsey, wanted to get that reload down as low as I could to 6 seconds. I really didn't feel I was losing a whole lot in terms of concealability by not going with Gleaves. Um, and, I mean, for me, Burke is kind of in a netherworld of, I think Halsey is better when it comes to gunplay, so I just don't use Burke that much very much anymore. I know some people really like Burke. If you like Burke, if you're a Burke fan, that's great. Personally, I'm not necessarily a Halsey fan. Um, I hate to do this, but I would really love to start an organic campaign to have Halsey replaced with Ernest Evans. Same skill tree, just put Commander Evans' picture up there, change the name. Ernest Evans, definitely a guy we could all root for to be a commander in this game. All right, so we're back into the cap. They've got two destroyers. I am the last destroyer left. I kind of know I'm going into harm's way here. That's probably an Ernest Evansism. We've got the V-170. It is an upper tier destroyer, tier 3. I am going to dodge this one torpedo, probably from his bow launcher. I already did launch. Unfortunately, I think they are all going to miss. He was shooting me. I lost spot on him due to his smoke screen. Ours is still reloading. So I do take the opportunity here to launch as I predict my own death, and he does knock me out. But then he doesn't turn towards me. He doesn't deviate his path in any way. So we switch to the torpedo view, and we are going to get that kill on the tier 3 V-170. Third kill, devastating strike number 2, and it's just a flesh wound. All right, I am probably going to fast forward to the end of the match because, as you may or may not guess, it ended badly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that is the end of the match. Our team did lose. However, we finished with 3 big kills, 2 devastating strikes. It's just a flesh wound. 32,943 damage and over 75,000 silver. And there we are on the top of the board. And look at the enemy team, a Smith with 3 kills on the top of the board over there. Tier 3 match and 2 Tier 2 destroyers are carrying the day. If you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much.